If you're an immigrant living in the United States right now, or you're waiting abroad for your chance to come legally, I want you to take a deep breath and listen closely. Because changes coming in 2025 may affect something many families depend on: the ability to get a U.S. green card. And for people from several Asian countries, these changes could mean longer delays, fewer visas available, or even temporary loss of access to green card pathways that used to be open. I know how frightening that sounds. Your future, your plans, everything you've worked so hard for may feel uncertain. But in this video, I'm going to explain exactly what is happening, why it's happening, and what people from these 7 Asian countries need to prepare for right now, step by step, in simple and clear language. Let's start by understanding the big picture so everything makes sense. Every year, the United States has limits on how many green cards can be given out, and those limits are not the same for everyone. There are overall caps, category caps, and also what we call per-country limits. This means that no matter how big or small a country is, it cannot receive more than a certain percentage of all employment-based and family-based green cards each year. If demand from that country is higher than the limit, a backlog forms. And when the backlog grows, the government sometimes changes visa classifications, priority dates, and processing availability. That's where the problems start for countries where thousands of people apply each year. Now, looking ahead into 2025, immigration experts expect new restrictions and longer wait times for several Asian countries because of a combination of high demand, post-pandemic application surges, and shifts in U.S. immigration policy focusing on enforcement and economic restructuring. These changes do not mean that people from these countries can never get a green card. But it does mean the process may slow down or certain paths may close temporarily, depending on yearly limits and government decisions. The first country facing possible restrictions is India. India already has the largest employment-based backlog in the world. Many Indian professionals wait 10 to 20 years for a green card. Now, because the number of new applications increased heavily in 2023 and 2024, the U.S. may pause or slow green card availability again in 2025, especially for EB2 and EB3 categories. What this means in real life is simple. Even highly skilled workers may see their priority dates move backwards or stay frozen. For many families, this means more years stuck on temporary visas, unable to change jobs, start a business, or travel freely. Next is China. China's demand for family-based and employment-based green cards remains high, especially in the EB5 investor category. The U.S. government may reduce availability for some Chinese applicants because of category oversubscriptions and national interest-based policy decisions. For example, certain investment visas may face tighter scrutiny, making it harder for families who plan to immigrate through business investment to enter the U.S. system. The third country expected to face delays is the Philippines. Each year, the Philippines exceeds its family-based visa limits, especially in categories for siblings and adult children of U.S. citizens. These categories already have long wait times, sometimes more than 15 years. In 2025, the government may slow processing to manage overcrowded queues. Families who have been waiting for years may suddenly face even longer timelines. Bangladesh is also at risk. Over the past few years, Bangladesh saw a rising number of family-based applications, especially through immediate relatives of U.S. citizens. While immediate relative visas are not subject to annual caps, other categories are, and demand has grown faster than the system can handle. That means people applying under the family preference categories may face temporary cutoff dates or pauses in visa issuance. Next is Vietnam. Demand for EB5 investor visas from Vietnam has skyrocketed. And because EB5 has strict quotas per country, Vietnam is approaching its limit again. When that happens, the government may place priority dates retrogressed, meaning pushed backward. This can delay interviews and green card approvals even for people who already invested large amounts of money. Families who expected to immigrate within a year might have to wait much longer. Then there is Nepal. Nepali immigrants often immigrate through family sponsorship and the diversity visa program. While the diversity visa is a lottery, the U.S. may adjust eligibility for some countries if they exceed certain immigration thresholds. Nepal has a chance of being temporarily removed from the diversity visa list if numbers rise too high. That would mean no lottery access for 1 or more years. The seventh country is Pakistan. Pakistan's family-based immigration demand has grown steadily. The F4 category for siblings of U.S. citizens, for example, is heavily backlogged. Because of this, the U.S. may set tighter restrictions in 2025 by slowing the movement of priority dates or limiting how many visa interviews can be scheduled per year. This can affect thousands of families who have been waiting patiently for approval. Now that we've identified the 7 countries, India, China, the Philippines, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Nepal, and Pakistan, let's talk about what this actually means for immigrants. Losing or limiting access to green card pathways never happens all at once. It happens through slowdowns, administrative closures, longer wait times, and something called retrogression. Retrogression is when the visa bulletin moves backwards instead of forwards. Imagine you are next in line at a store, and suddenly the manager asks you to go to the back of the line again. That is how retrogression feels to many immigrant families. Another key issue is the difference between being eligible and being current. You can be fully eligible for a green card, but still unable to receive it because your priority date is not current. When too many people apply from one country, the government simply cannot process all cases within 1 year. So instead, it spreads the approvals across many years, sometimes decades. That's why a person from a low-demand country might get a green card in 2 years, while a person from a high-demand country may wait 15. So what can immigrants from these 7 Asian countries do to protect themselves? The first thing is to stay informed about the monthly visa bulletin. It is the main tool that shows whether your category is moving forward, paused, or going backward. Understanding this helps you prepare, plan your job situation, and make decisions for your family. The second thing is to explore different immigration categories. Some people only focus on the path their friends or relatives took, but immigration law offers multiple options. For example, someone stuck in the EB3 queue might be eligible for EB1 if they have extraordinary ability or advanced achievements. A person waiting on a family-based category might qualify for an employment-based visa instead. You don't have to stay stuck in the same line forever. Sometimes switching categories is the best strategy. Third, make sure your documents are always up to date. When delays increase, the risk of expired documents also increases. Passports, medical exams, financial records, and employment verification should always be ready, so when an opportunity opens, you can move quickly. Finally, do not panic. Delays and restrictions do not mean denial. They simply mean the government is managing demand. Millions of immigrants eventually get approved, even after long waits. What helps you is knowledge, preparation, and understanding the system clearly. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to Legal Focus USA for more updates, guidance, and clear explanations about U.S. immigration. We are here to help you stay informed, stay prepared, and stay hopeful.